Hey, Tree Sprites. So I gotta talk about Wicked. I've always thought that the character of Elphaba was very symbolic of that archetype of the wild woman, with a story and experiences that are very relatable to Black women. Despite the fact that they exist in a world where they can have animal professors, they still manage to harbor this hatred toward her for her green skin and also her natural raw power. Elphaba is Gaia. She is nature. She is the raw feminine. She does absolutely nothing to deserve any of these people's hatred, including her own families. They never cared who she was, they only cared what she was. And when those in positions of power and authority over her see her power, they manipulate her so that they can exploit her and use her power for their own benefit. And when she rebels against their exploitation of her and use of her as their personal battery, they villainize her, they turn the entire city against her, and then they go on, they hunt her. And it was so reminiscent of the many ways that Black women are exploited for their labor, their energy, and their creativity. On top of that, also expected to acquiesce to their exploitation and shunned and villainized anytime we push against it. Elphaba is framed as the villain of the story because she is an unleashed Black woman. She is a revolutionary. She is the antithesis of all of their systems and structures and beliefs. And Black women exist in that same paradigm in society. At this point in time, we need to be developing our creativity and imagination more than anything else, because that is our only pathway to the actual development and evolution of our community, at least for those who want a community. So, how do we do this? The first step is always starting with yourself, connecting with your inner child, the person that you originally came here as, that person who could dream, play, create, and imagine freely. Living in this hyper logic based and unfeeling world, it always seems that the solution to a problem has to be some complex process. But what if the answers are much more simple? What if we need to get less serious to create further progress? And by less serious, I don't mean less dedicated or to put in less work, but to be in a state of sensation and enjoyment. The fact that we have been seeing more and more Black people engaging in the fantasy fiction space shows that we are ready for this step in evolution. We are ready to unleash our creativity and imagination. We are ready to build and to invent. And despite the horrors of our previous attempts, we can never let the fear of our opposition stop us from seeking progress. I think that things like Black people getting more and more openly into cosplay and Black Fae Day and just Black superheroes, our desire to see ourselves in a fantasy space. And this is so important because anything that we create, even if it is fiction of the imagination, because everything starts off as fiction, it has the potential to manifest into the operative reality. This is why they made it illegal for us to read and write. This is why they demonize our ancestral spiritualities. It ties us to the cosmos and to Earth. We can do anything. Subscribe to Black Barn Owl. I'll see you in always.